Every second, an invisible flood of information is generated by physical sensors, retail terminals, and genetic sequencing labs across the planet. Yet, inside most major corporations, that data might as well not exist. Despite the explosion of information happening externally, internal progress often moves at a crawl. This stagnation is built into the architecture. Legacy systems were designed to hold information in dozens of fragmented, proprietary silos, making it nearly impossible for one department to see what another is doing. This diagram illustrates the scope of this infrastructure failure. In the manufacturing sector, 36% of executives, along with a third of those in health, report juggling 10 or more disparate data systems. The primary threat to a modern enterprise is its own physical architecture, which keeps critical information locked in isolation. Retrieving a single insight from these locked systems requires a technical gatekeeper, someone capable of writing complex queries in languages like SQL or Python. This creates a crisis for the people on the front lines. A triage nurse or a retail associate may need an urgent, real-time answer, but they lack the specific coding skills required to ask the database a question. This chart displays the most critical pain points identified in the cross-industry survey. While security and legacy systems are significant hurdles, the highest-ranking frustration is the need to train and upskill the workforce to use these complex platforms. Organizations are losing margins, supply chain efficiency, and patient insights because the technical language barrier has become a bottleneck for human decision-making. Modern organizations are realizing that next-generation AI cannot run on top of fragmented technology stacks. Companies are shifting to a data lakehouse architecture, collapsing silos into a single foundation. This environment governs structured data, like tables, and unstructured data, like documents, under one secure rule set. Already, 81% of retail companies use a lakehouse to meet e-commerce demands. While the lakehouse solves the problem of where data lives, it is only the first step. The next challenge is making that data accessible to the people who need it most. Once the data is unified, the question becomes, how do you give a normal employee access without making them go through a technical gatekeeper? Generative AI acts as a universal translator for the enterprise. As the chief data officer at AT&T put it, human language is the new SQL or Python. At Sam's Club, autonomous robotic scrubbers use computer vision to scan shelves. Their scanners detect pricing errors and stock anomalies in real time. This system translates massive amounts of visual data into simple, actionable alerts for over 1,600 employees, most of whom have no background in data science. By putting insights directly into the hands of frontline workers, organizations can bypass the technical cues that traditionally delay operational fixes. When internal data is unified, organizations can start looking outside their own walls to account for external factors, like weather or supply chain disruptions. This leads to ecosystem data sharing. Walmart uses this approach by ingesting streams of external travel and credit card data to make accurate, real-time inventory decisions. In healthcare, these ecosystems cross-reference diagnostic data across systems, leading directly to better patient outcomes. The most significant competitive advantage now belongs to organizations that refuse to keep their information locked inside a walled garden. True data intelligence exists when AI is infused into every business process, supporting the specific decisions made by every employee in the company. Imagine a factory mechanic or a researcher querying decades of complex data just by asking a simple question in their own language. Moving technical queries into plain language helps resolve the data access bottlenecks that have historically slowed down large-scale operations. The AI revolution isn't about replacing humans, it's about removing the technical barriers that have long separated workers from the data they generate, allowing human expertise to drive the machine's analytical power.